So let me just start by saying that we're here by virtue of a lot of people's hard work. The principles, at the end of the day, the reason that you've all come is because of the power that the knowledge and the network is going to give you. If you're here for another reason, then you've missed the primary reason. You're in the top grad schools around the planet, and you're learning and you're going deep into some field of knowledge, whether it's finance or law or nanotech or biotech, whatever it might be. But what you're here to do is to take a leap up a few light years so you have an overview of all of these technologies. What's available today, what's in the lab today, what's coming to market in 5 years and 10 years. And then given those technologies coming to market in 5 and 10 years, how do you use those in some unconceived, unexperimented combination to solve the world's biggest issues? Ultimately, if you're not focused on the world's biggest problems in your life and your career, I want to ask you to reevaluate what you're doing with your lives. You're here because you're the best, you're the brightest, you know that, you've been the top of your careers and everything you're doing. And you have, in one sense, almost a moral obligation to use that power, to use that intelligence, to use the relationships to address and solve these big issues. Whether it's through the formation of a company, the discovery of a new molecule, the discovery of a new theory, whatever it might be, the question is, what is that shining star, that vision that's driving you in your heart to go and do incredible things? And hopefully, if you don't have that drive, for me, it was at the age of 9, my mission on this planet was to open the space frontier, to like I share with Bob and with Pete Warren and Dan and many others here, the notion that thousands of years from now, people look back at these next few decades as that moment in time when the human race moved irreversibly off the planet. But that's what's driven me. Everything I've done has been driven by that. So I'm hoping that if you're not connected to something that's driving you that powerfully, that this summer you'll connect with that. Because ultimately, that's what overcomes everything else, all the obstacles. To do anything really big and significant in life is hard. It's all really hard stuff. If someone built and sold a company for $1 billion in 18 months, they were really lucky. And they'll tell you they were lucky. But to do something significant and change the world in a meaningful fashion takes a huge amount of work. Sometimes decades of work. And the only thing that's going to keep you going and getting up after you've met blocks that people told you it's impossible, it can't be done, is that internal drive, that sense, that feeling that this is your mission in life, that gets you, wakes you up in the morning and gets you excited. So that's probably one of the most important things that you can walk away from this summer with. That plus the fact that the people around this room are those individuals that you can partner with. Their, real true breakthroughs come from orthogonal thinking. When you're a physicist and someone who's a biologist comes along and says, what about this? And you go, oh my God, that's incredible. So it's really the combination of small groups of people who have not been told how it can't be done, with different ways of thinking, that come together that really drive breakthroughs. And that's part of what we're going to try and create here. This institution was modeled after what Bob Richards and Todd Hawley and I created some 20-odd years ago called the International Space University, which we called it then, and I call this now, the benign conspiracy. And this is a benign conspiracy. Benign meaning non-malignant, meaning, okay, good. And conspiracy meaning that we want you all to conspire, to work together in a coordinated fashion to solve some of the grand challenges. The concept there of 10 to the 9th plus, and you'll hear us refer to it again, can you affect the lives of 1 billion people positively in 10 years? And the answer is yes, you can. And we'll speak more about that. Give this everything you have this summer. This is something that will change your life. And that's a guarantee we make. We know that all 40 students last year changed their lives. I think like half of your student body ended up moving here, staying here to work on research projects and run companies and such. So decide to do that, that's fine. But the most important thing is to dive into something new. You know what you know. You're experts at it. You're driven your life in it. Here's a chance to experiment. So if you don't really love what you do, this is a chance for you to find your calling, your passion, what you love more than anything else. And then dive into it with all of your heart and your soul. That's what you're here for this summer. That's what the faculty is here for. That's what the staff is here for. That's what this experience is meant to do. Any questions? All right, so I'll leave it with that. I have a ton more to say. Guys, thank you for coming. The reason we're here is because of you. You are everything. You are everything about this program. Help us make this an amazing program for each and every one of you. Help us reinvent this for next year. Welcome to the SU family. It really is a family of thought, of concept, of a way of attacking problems that is like nothing else. I can't tell you how jealous I am that you're here for a whole 10 weeks. And believe me, if I weren't running a few organizations, I would be here with you. And I will be here as much as I can. I hope half-time. But I really am jealous of all you guys. So have a great time. And we welcome our fearless leader back up here, Celine. Thank you, guys.